training is definitely a great way to get everybody on the same page in terms of what kind of behavior is acceptable in your workplace. And we really pride ourselves on delivering excellent training. So, training methodology is really focused on providing tangible, actionable behaviors and tips and tools that learners can take after the training is over. I always like to joke, I would die if I felt like somebody walked away from a training from Civility Partners without knowing exactly what to do now that the training is over. So we really want to focus on behavior change in our trainings. So the way the process works is once we have our kickoff call to really understand your goals better and get clear on learning objectives, we create a rough draft of the training. Everything we do is custom. So you would get a rough draft focused very much on your company's needs. Then we would meet to review the draft. I do kind of a mumble read, kind of talk you through the training and get your feedback. We make adjustments and edits depending on your feedback. We do love to collect scenarios from you as well so that the scenarios we're using in the training are super relevant to your organization. And then we deliver that high impact training. I know Rebecca already sent you this menu of training options. Do consider that list more of a kind of a la carte menu. There's a few learning objectives in there for each topic, but quite literally, you could go through and pick out different learning objectives from different trainings, and we can put those together. So this is just an example of some of the types of training topics we engage in. I also really want to recommend to you, as I do to everyone, that the training should come in two parts. So everybody in the organization receives the interpersonal communication side, whether it's how to build a respectful workplace or how to give and receive feedback. But then managers, supervisors, leaders need a part two. So everybody gets the interpersonal side, and then managers, leaders, and supervisors are receiving an additional part that's really around how to manage that, how to facilitate that. That way, everybody's got the interpersonal skills, and then managers understand how to help people maintain that type of behavior, how to build a team environment that facilitates that behavior and makes it easier for people to behave in the ways that we've talked about in the training. Now, if you're looking for one session of training, this is what it looks like. So we would deliver a couple activities for you that we would discuss as we're building the training, so that everybody, is kind of thinking about and working on the skills before they actually come to the training session. And that way, when they come to the session, they've already been thinking about the kind of information they're going to be getting. And then we deliver training exercises on the other side as well, so that it becomes a longer process, more learning, helping the learning stick. We do like to recommend, however, that you do more than one topic, so that we like to do a series so that the learning continues to stick and we can build on top of different topics. Lastly, I'll just share that the way that we do training is that we approach it as consultants. So while we offer training, we are not trainers, we are consultants. And that means we're always looking for data. So during our training programs, we do things like anonymous polls so that we can kind of get some data and understand how people are feeling. We pair our facilitator with an organizational development consultant so that they're partnered up, and the consultant can be learning from the facilitator what's going on in the classroom and help make really clear organizational recommendations for you. And then again, that experiential learning in between the sessions just really helps make the learning stick. Okay, so I've given you a lot to think about with training and how we can work together. And as I said, having more sessions, a series of sessions, or even if you're just wanting the one topic, having that experiential learning in between, there's just so much we can do to help ensure that your employees are behaving in the ways that you want them to behave, and that will help you create a positive, respectful work environment.